Out here in Benton today, standing in front of a house that we're kind of getting close to the final stages on. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, single-story home. We've built this before in a different, different city or close by. This is one we're actually doing for a customer. We don't do a ton of these, but it's definitely something we're not opposed to doing for people, especially when they're simple like this. I don't know if we get into ultra high-end ones, but just, normal homes, we don't mind doing them. A little bit nicer front door. On a spec house or rental property, usually we do much more just basic front door, but since it's a custom house, they decided to pick a little bit fancier front door, which looks really nice. Because it's a custom home, we usually do just like more basic shaker style cabinets in the spec houses or the rental properties. This one's got a little bit nicer, higher end kitchen cabinets and finishes and just little stuff here and there. You'll see it's a little bit nicer since it's a custom home for somebody. Last time we built this house, we were building it for either a spec house for a rental. It ended up being a rental for right now. We didn't do fireplaces because again, it a little bit, if we have to keep it for a rental, it's just an additional cost and stuff like that. Since it's a custom home, we did a fireplace on this. They opted for an electric fireplace insert, so we'll have an electric fireplace. But again, when we're building a house, I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. It's like we can take this footprint, but there's a bunch of stuff we can add or take away. You could have added a wood burning fireplace, a gas fireplace, an oversized gas fireplace. It's no more complicated for us to build any of that. It just gets a little bit more expensive. So the electric fireplace would be like the cheapest. The next up would be either a wood burning or a smaller gas fireplace, and you can get really crazy expensive with like large oversized gas fireplaces. The people that I was talking to about doing a potential custom home, you can add a fireplace in the backyard, like on the back patio. Again, it's really not super complicated for us to do that, but it's something that's really cool option, especially in the other one we were looking at because it was a lake house. It would have been pretty to have a fireplace on your back patio, looking at the lake. These cabinets are like, they're not custom. It's the same prefab cabinets that we do in our other houses, but instead of like white shaker, it's this wood kind of tone or whatever, but I'm pretty sure it's from the same supplier. This is the first time I've seen them in a house. When it comes to building homes, we can literally build anything, right? So it just depends. A lot of it's dictated by square footage though. And so it's like we're working with pretty set square footage here. And so this is, for this size house, I think this is pretty common to try to get all those amenities into one master bathroom. And like you said, nice kind of oversized walk-in shower, the separate toilet room. It'll have a soaking tub here. It's all pretty similar, and also similar to what I did in my house. And then you can go smaller than this, or you can go ridiculous. I mean, I've seen the huge, where you have a huge oversized custom walk-in showers that are as big as this whole bathroom that have the soaking tub like inside the shower. Like you can get pretty wild with it. But again, it's gonna increase the cost quite a bit just by the extra tile work and glass.
Why don't you like pocket
The
doors?
pocket doors, I don't know, man. I feel like you might as well just leave this as a cased opening and not even have a door here personally. Some people really love the pocket doors and they'll use them a lot. I personally don't like them. We have if it were me personally, and this was my house, I would have done like a sliding barn door or something covering the front of this, opposed to the pocket door if I wanted something like that, or just a regular swing door. But it's just a personal preference thing. Again, we can do any of it with something like this. A large, oversized, covered rear porch, and then again, the backyard's kind of a mess right now, but they're going to be starting on dirt work here pretty soon to do the backyard. It'll be a nice flat landscape backyard. So I opted for like the two-tone windows, so the trim around the windows on the outside's black, and then on the inside it's white. Again, it's not that big of a deal, but something just makes it look a little bit nicer. I did the same thing on my house. we've learned a bunch, most of it the hard way or the expensive way. But I think the biggest thing, if somebody's thinking about building a house, just trying to get way in front of it. So even if you think it's going to be in the future, like 6 months or a year, like now's the time to start. Don't wait until you're ready. The biggest thing is finding a good builder who not just knows how to build a house, but can also manage their company and their finances and everything. You see a lot of builders or like these weird situations where it's just because maybe they're excellent at what they do, but they're not excellent with running their business, and that can cause weird crossover problems. Just make sure it's a well-qualified builder who runs a good business, and then just get ahead of it. And so like you want to give yourself as much time on the front end to really start picking things out and making decisions about it, so that you don't, and this is something I learned the hard way, we like started building the house and then it's like we're trying to make all these decisions about fixture colors and types and colors or types of tile and flooring and paint colors. And so there's a million different decisions you can make with a custom home. You just want to get as way far in front of that if you can, so that you're not scrambling or stressing over trying to make all these decisions at the last minute.
Talking to somebody that was considering doing like a heavy duty remodel, and in their circumstance, it made more sense to you to build a house.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that.
For me personally, having done both, and that's kind of why I went down the path of building our house, it almost always makes more sense to build something new than it would be to buy something old at like top value and then spend a ton of money in remodeling it. And the reason is, in a lot of cases, unless you just get like an amazing deal, which we do sometimes, and then that makes sense. But if you're going to pay market value for a house, say it's a $250,000 house, and you want to put $100,000 or $150,000 into a full remodel, well, if that house is only going to be worth $250,000 or $300,000 when it's done, to me that just ends up being a waste of money, unless it's just something that there's some reason where it's sentimental, or you want to live there forever or whatever. And I guess it's fine, but I almost think instead of doing that, you're almost always better off buying or building a new house. That way you get it exactly the way you want it. But theoretically, if you build, a $400,000 house, you get it exactly the house you want, exactly the way you want it. It's still worth $400,000. You're not upside down in it. So I think just to reach out either to me or Ryan directly, go on our website, which is just chasecalhoun.com, and there's a tab for Apex Professional Construction, or send a message through social media, and we'll make sure that they get connected with somebody. And again, I would say if they are interested in building, we can help walk you through that whole process. But it's definitely better to get started earlier on. Don't wait until you're ready to start. Try to get a hold of us early on and get the process started in advance for sure.